You see that girl right there? That's me. My name is Crystalline, and I have been on and off YouTube more than JLo's been married and divorced. I really want to explain to you guys why I've been off YouTube this time and why this, now more than ever, is my time to come back. It has been such a long time since I've actually filmed a full length YouTube video. I don't even think this video is going to be that long, but it has been such a long time, so I'm going to share with you guys what I've been up to. So one of the last videos I posted was the reason why I got fired from my previous job, and after I got fired from that job, that was in June of 24, I took 6 months off and I started looking for jobs. I want to say it was around November, like the ending of October, early November of 2024. I did, however, also wanted to I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to like write out my unemployment, mostly because I was going through a lot mentally. You know, I had just lost my mom 2 months before getting fired from that job. So I felt like being fired was definitely needed. I do feel like they went about it all wrong, but it was needed. I needed that time off, and I definitely took it to kind of like reinvent myself. I don't think I did a great job at reinventing myself, at least not that time around, but definitely was needed, and I don't regret the layoff. Like, I don't regret spending 6 months collecting unemployment. In February of 2025, I did New York Fashion Week. First of all, I did one show for New York Fashion Week, and then I went to Paris and I did one show for Paris Fashion Week, and that was also amazing. And it's crazy because it's something that I never thought that I would be able to do, and I actually did it. Not only did I go to Paris, I also made a small mini Euro trip out of it, where we did Paris first because obviously I had the Fashion Week show. And then from there, we did 2 days in London and then 4 days in Amsterdam. And it was absolutely amazing. A time was had, and I'm so grateful that I got to take that trip. Actually, Paris was in March because I saw Elevation Worship in March, and I saw Elevation Worship the day before I left to Paris. So that was in March. I also had started a job in February. That's what I did. I started a job in February 2 weeks before going to Paris. I did not last that long at that job. I actually ended up quitting because I felt like I was disrespected. The one thing I will not tolerate is being disrespected in the workplace, especially if you are underpaying me and I have to do the most. I definitely do not regret quitting that job. However, I will say one thing, and that is that after quitting that job, I feel like a lot of things just went downhill from there. I feel like I was just at a very low point in my life. I was literally just crying every day because I want things to get better. Like, I just want my life to change. Like, I try so hard, and I feel like no matter what I do, nothing ever worked out for me. And it was definitely affecting me, like, mentally, physically. There were days where I didn't even want to get out of bed. I just cried, and like, also just living at home, it's not ideal. I definitely go through a lot living here, and that's a video for another day. And when I say that things were falling apart, I mean it was definitely difficult to find a job. I would interview with companies and then never hear back from them. I applied to so many things and then I would never hear back from anyone. I finally started driving for Shipped, and then Shipped played me and they deactivated my account. So I started doing Instacart, which I don't really like. Shipped was definitely so much better, but what can I do? More recently, I did start a brand new job. I'm only working on the weekends right now, which is okay because like I really don't have much of a social life. But I'm just excited. Like, I feel like my spark is coming back. I actually really enjoy my job. I really enjoy my coworkers. Life is finally starting to get good again, and I want to start documenting everything. Like, I want to vlog. I want to fill that passion that I had. I want to fill it back up. I really just want to fall back in love with my life. It has been a tough 7 months. Like, January was okay, you know, going through the process of interviewing. And then, like I said, I started a new job in February. And when I was working at that job, it was just constant schedule changes, constant location changes. My hours were 10 to 7, 7:30, depending on like the time everything was done, you could leave. And then when I started training with them, it was like 9 to 7, 7:30. And it was just like a lot. They said that they valued a work-life balance, but I really didn't feel like I had a life to balance. My life was becoming too repetitive, and one thing about me is I do not like repetition. I don't like when everything comes to stagnant, and I just like I was losing it. Like, I was losing my ish. I do not regret, getting fired from my last job and quitting the job that I had before. I do feel like there was a lesson in that, and that was just to be grateful, because I was so ungrateful, and I'm gonna be the first and only one to say it. I was honestly the most ungrateful person ever. I was complaining that I never made enough money on both jobs. So you know what God did? He said, what I gave you, I can take away. And that he did. He took away the money that I was making, and I have been struggling ever since, and it has given me such a different understanding to making money, and I'm grateful for it. Like, I don't regret anything. This was a lesson that I needed to learn, but I am now on this whole new journey of growth, and I'm so excited to be back here on YouTube documenting this journey, because I am 35 and I don't want to spend the rest of my life living the way that it is right now. I want to be able to purchase my own place. Like, I want my own apartment. I don't want a house yet. Like, I want my own apartment. I would love a relationship, but it has to be from God, because if it's not from God, then don't bother. I want to be financially stable. Struggling to pay bills, choosing which ones I want to pay or which ones I can pay. It's not the life that I have for myself. It's not the life that I envisioned for myself. Like I said, I don't regret anything. I'm just grateful that I'm still here and that there is still an opportunity for me to do something about it. So while I'm still alive and still breathing, I am just going to make the best out of it. I am going to do something about it every single day. I am going to keep posting my content, so make sure you are following me on TikTok, because I'm very active on TikTok. I post almost every single day. Follow me on TikTok. It is tiktok.com/@crystalline.pena. It'll be written down over here. Also subscribe to my channel over here so we can support each other. We can change our lives together. Let's do it. Let's live our dream life. They always say that there's a version of you out there that already has everything you want. So it's time that I become that version of me, like really become her. So that's that for now. Hope you guys subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.